Yeah, he's just a little guy. Hey guys, Todd Helms out here today to bring you a full breakdown and review of the new Leupold SX-4 Pro Guide HD. This model happens to be the 15 to 45 by 65 millimeter. It's a spotter, it's a good one, and I'm gonna point out all the features and reasons why if you're in the market for a new spotter, you need to be looking at this new Leupold SX-4 Pro Guide.
Down to just about freezing.
All right, so we are out here today overlooking a big basin somewhere in beautiful Wyoming, antelope scouting. A lot of the other guys in the office have great elk tags or deer tags. I've got antelope tags, so I'm out here this morning with the SX-4 Pro Guide looking for bucks, basically. I found a little guy, he's just a little fella, but hey, this is a huge basin. As you can see, there's a lot of country out here to look over. The Leupold spotter is gonna help me do that. I chose the 15 to 45 by 65 millimeter because I wanted a scope that wasn't so big that I couldn't take it into the backcountry easily. And you can haul around an 85 millimeter scope in the backcountry, but you're gonna feel it at the end of the day. The SX-4 Pro Guide 15 to 45 by 65 millimeter is a great balance of powerful spotting. I mean, these goats, these antelope I'm looking at are probably 2,000 yards away, and I can see all the features I need to on that buck, even in this harsh sunlight, to know he's not really what I'm looking for. I've spotted a few more antelope over here past that shadow on the ground from the cloud, that there's a buck out there that's probably, he's over a mile. With all those heat rays, this scope is still clear enough, sharp enough that I can tell that's an antelope that I want to come back and look at later this afternoon. Let's break down some of the features about this spotter that I think make it probably top of the line in its price point. First of all, you've got a fully rubber coated magnesium body. The magnesium body keeps this thing light, but maintains structural integrity and keeps it tough. So if I were to, heaven forbid, take a spill off this thing or knock the scope over and it was to take a tumble, because I know that I'm not the only one that's dropped a spotter in the backcountry, this scope's going to be tough enough to survive and keep me right in the game. So it has an integrated sunshade. I just pull it out. I've been using this a little bit this morning already because the sun is almost 45, it's higher than that. It's really high in the sky, kind of coming down. If it was further over here on my left, I would definitely want the sunshade, and Leupold knows that, so they make it integral. All I do is push it back in when it's not in use. I want to use it. Just pop it out. It slides really nice and smooth. It's also got nice and tight fit, so there's not going to be a lot of grit or dirt that gets in that thing. Moving up the scope, my focus ring is right here on the body of the spotting scope. This is, in my opinion, the ideal location for a spotting ring. It's a natural hand placement when I need to focus my scope and really make those fine adjustments. I'm sure I'm not the only one that when using a spotting scope, I have found that focus rings, whether they are on the eyepiece or they're on the body of the scope, they can be, if they're too loose, that focus ring gets bumped really easily, and you've worked pretty hard to get an animal or an object in very sharp, clear focus, and all of a sudden it gets bumped, it's out of focus, and you have to find that again. I've found that it's not only nice and firm, but it turns really smooth. The range of focus is pretty forgiving on this scope. There's not a real small window. In a lot of spotting scopes, especially in this price range, the focus window for perfect, clear focus is really small. You go too far, just a little bit one way, and you're out of focus. You come back, and sometimes it can be hard to find that sweet spot. I haven't found that with this. Leupold really put some thought into the design and production of that focus ring in particular. So moving up the scope, you can see this is the angled version of this scope. This is my power selector right here on the eyepiece. Again, much like the focus ring, it's very smooth, very easy to use. It's not too stiff that I'm really struggling to turn it, but it's not so light that it's going to get bumped either. It's 15 to 45. When I first stepped up on this Vantage, I turned it down and I was just doing some quick scanning. I started close, And I moved out far, and I just kept scanning on 15 power because I could see what I wanted to see. The antelope that I found right out here, I actually found on 15, got my focus right, zoomed it into 45, fine-tuned my focus, just a little bit of a touch, and I could take a look at this buck out here with these does. And he's a unique little fella, but he's a little fella, so he's gonna get a pass. Some more features that come to mind are the oversized eyepiece. This is a big eyepiece. One of the things that I have found with this, if I'm on 15, I can pop this eyepiece out really far, and I can tighten up what I'm looking at. If I'm on 45, personally, I like to dial it down maybe one click out, and I can look through, and I still have a big wide field of view in that spotter. If I want to get real tight, say on this buck, and really get tight on him, I turn it way out, and man, that is tight, and I am clear and focused. It's perfect. The oversized eyepiece makes it nice because I don't have to really work to get my eye in it. I just look, and I'm there, and it's really comfortable. That's one of the things that I've noticed about this scope, is this isn't the only location I've used it in. I've used it at the range, in several of the rifle reviews that we've got coming up, so stay tuned for those. This scope has helped me look at groups and bullet placement on targets on sunny days, on overcast days. This light is harsh this morning already, and this scope really kind of mitigates glare. And the reason for that is the Twilight Max HD light management system that Leupold uses in building this scope. It cuts glare in high, harsh light like we have here. And I was blown away by this the other night when I was actually looking at a big group of elk up in the mountains, that it was too dark to even video with my camera, but with the SX-4 Pro HD, I could still watch those elk on, if I turned that power down to about 25, I could still see the elk and make out details on them even in extremely low light. And that's pretty rare for most spotters, especially spotters in this price range. The coating that Leupold uses on these lenses is called the Guard Ion coating, and it makes the lenses very scratch resistant and very durable, which is really important, especially out here in the West, because everywhere we go, we have grit and dust and nasty stuff to deal with, and our optics take a beating. So that Guard Ion coating, one more great feature to make this scope good and tough. The SX-4 Pro Guide HD comes tripod ready right out of the box. You got a little shoe that you can screw a shoe to, or it'll fit right in most tripod mounts. The nice thing about it is there's a little knob on this back side I can loosen, and I can turn this entire scope just like this, side to side if I want to. So say I'm glassing out the window of a pickup truck, I need to turn that, and it actually has detents, click, click, to get you right back to the same exact spot you were already on. You can lock it in, it's tight, it's not gonna turn. But if I'm sitting down in kind of an awkward spot, I can turn that scope. Just one more feature to make this scope extremely user-friendly and that much more of a value. The SX-4 Pro Guide HD is going to set you back less than $1,050. I think that MSRP sits right around $1,039 for this scope. Pretty good value in my opinion from what I've seen in my usage of it in the field. And it's got the rock solid Leupold lifetime warranty. Something happens to this scope, you send it back. If they can't fix it, they're gonna replace it. I have only had to use a Leupold warranty once, and I own a bunch of Leupold products. So that ought to tell you, you're probably not even gonna have to worry about the warranty, but if you do, it's a great peace of mind that your investment is covered and Leupold's gonna take care of you. So guys, if you get a chance, head over to a Sportsman's Warehouse and get your hands on a Leupold SX-4 Pro Guide HD. There's a couple different options out there. This 15 to 45 by 65, I think, is an ideal size to cover the gamut of Western hunting. Anywhere from glassing ultra long distances like I'm doing today, or maybe up in the mountains on a high country mule deer hunt. This scope is lightweight enough, it's going to be easy to carry. It's not going to take up a lot of space in your pack, and it's going to provide you all of the optical clarity and focus that you need to make the right judgment call in the field on your next big game hunt. So while you're here on YouTube with us, Mash that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, leave us a comment down there to let us know what else you want to see us review in the Eastmans Gear Lab. And hey, good luck this fall.